Our topic is preexisting sensory bias. This is one of 4 evolutionary models of female mate choice. Females prefer a certain male trait not because of any genetic or mating benefit, but because the female nervous systems respond to that certain trait, meaning their brains are wired to prefer that trait.
Suppose that to a fruit-eating species of birds, blueberries are the most nutritious food source. Selection will favor individuals who are able to search out and eat blueberries. In other words, natural selection will fine-tune the birds so that they are acutely aware of the color blue and will tend to focus on blue things in the environment. Now, after selection has made the color blue so demanded, blue feathers randomly arise in some individuals in the population. Females will then prefer to have the blue-feathered individuals as mates because the birds are wired to favor the blue color.
One of the earliest studies of female sensory bias and mate choice involved 2 closely related species of frogs, the Chungara frog and the Colorado dwarf frog. Both species use calls to attract females. Both of the calls have a whine sound, but the Chungara frog adds a low-frequency chuck to the end of the call, and females prefer the chuck. This is what the Chungara call sounds like. It was hypothesized that low-frequency chucks were favored because the sound is sensed by the amphibian papilla section of the inner ear. To test this hypothesis, scientists took recorded calls of the Colorado dwarf frog and digitally added chucks. Females immediately preferred the altered chucks, thus supporting the sensory bias hypothesis.
As a second example of this hypothesis, we will explain Alexandra Basola's work on 2 species of tropical fish, the green swordtail and the platyfish, shown below. Female swordtails prefer males with long swords, which are an elongation of the tail fin. Platyfish males lack a sword. So, Basola sewed different colored artificial plastic swords on male platyfish to test the hypothesis. The results found that female platyfish showed a strong attraction to the males with the swords. This suggests a sensory bias for the elaborate traits.
Another example of pre-existing sensory bias is of the Poecilia reticulata. Females prefer objects that are orange because the most nutritious food source in their environment is orange. So males with orange pigmentation attract more females because females are more sensitive to the color orange.
In conclusion, sensory bias is a unique model because of its simplicity and straightforward predictions. Females will prefer certain male traits associated with some benefit that excludes mating and fitness.